Hello everyone. In the present lecture we are going to prove a very important theorem of BSc second year, which is the Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem, which states that every infinite and bounded subset of reals has a limit point. Before proving this theorem, let us revise two important definitions. The first one is completeness property of reals. Completeness property of reals, and second is the definition of limit point. Okay, what is the completeness property of real? It states that every non-empty bounded above subset of R has least upper bound, a real number, as its least upper bound. Okay, means every non-empty subset of real numbers which is bounded above must has a least upper bound as a real number. Okay, and the second definition which I want to revise is limit point. What is a limit point? So limit point is what? A point P is said to be limit point. Suppose this is a set A and this is any point P. Okay, the point P is said to be limit point of the set A if every neighborhood of P contain at least one point of A other than P. Okay, this point P, if I choose this point P and neighborhood is this. Okay, this is a neighborhood of P and this is the set A. It is clear that both are disjoint, that is, this neighborhood of P does not contain any point of the set A, and therefore this point P is not a limit point, because for P to be limit point of set A, every neighborhood of P, not even a single neighborhood, but every neighborhood of P contain at least one point of A other than P. For example, if I consider this set A over here and the point P over here, then however small you can choose the neighborhood, any neighborhood which is however small, it always intersect with A. Okay, so mathematically you can write that given any epsilon, for any epsilon greater than 0, P minus epsilon, P plus epsilon, that means any neighborhood of P has at least one point of A, means has something common with A other than P. If I exclude P from this neighborhood intersection with A, it must have at least one point. That means it must be non-empty. Okay, so a limit point definition is what? That every neighborhood of P contain at least one point of A other than P. And equivalently we can also say that every neighborhood of P contains infinitely many points of A. Every neighborhood of P contains infinitely many points of A, because neighborhood can be, epsilon can take infinitely many values, so every neighborhood of P contain infinitely many points of A, then P is said to be limit point of the set A. Now come to the proof of the main theorem, that what we want to show, that every infinite and bounded subset of reals has a limit point. For this, the proof of the main theorem, let A be any infinite and bounded subset of R. Bounded subset of R. Okay, A is any infinite and bounded subset of R. Now, as A is bounded, so it must have a least upper bound as well as greatest lower bound. So let small m is the greatest lower bound and capital M is the least upper bound of set A. Okay, so it means that this condition holds. There are two real numbers, small m and capital M, such that x, every element of x lie between small m and capital M. Now we shall construct another set T, and T have those elements which exceeds at the most finite number of elements of A. At the most finite number of elements. Now A, it is given that A is infinite. Okay, finite number of elements of A. means that every element of T either less than equal to the every element of set A, or if it is greater than or equal to some elements of A, then it must be a finite number of elements of A which are less than or equal to T. Otherwise there are infinite members in A, so every element of T is less than equal to infinitely many elements of A. Okay, now see this real number M. Okay, here T contain the elements belonging to R, not necessarily from A, but the condition on the elements of T is that if any element belongs to T, it must be less than or equal to infinitely many elements of A, and if it is greater than the elements of A, then those elements of A are only finite in number. Okay, so if any element X belongs to T, it implies what? Either it is greater than equal to only finite number of elements of A, and it is less than equal to infinite elements of A. Okay, or it also possible that X is not greater than even a single element of A. Okay, X is not greater than any element of A. It may be possible. Okay, now see M. This M is a real number and it is less than or equal to every element of the set A. It means it does not exceed any element of A, and we have seen that any element which exceed at the most finite number of elements of A, it means that M belongs to T because M does not exceed any element of A. So M belongs to T. Okay, it means that T is non-empty. Okay, the second thing is that if an element X belongs to T, then X is less than equal to infinitely many elements of A, and every element of A is less than equal to this capital M. So every element of T is less than equal to M. Is it clear? Every element of T less than equal to infinitely many elements of A, and infinitely many elements of A, these are less than equal to this M. It means that every element of T is less than equal to M. It means T is non-empty, and since every element of T is less than equal to M, so T must be bounded above. So by completeness property, every non-empty bounded above subset of R has a real number as its least upper bound. So by completeness property, T has least upper bound. By completeness property, T has least upper bound, say U. Okay, now the main purpose is that we want to show that this set A has a limit point. According to Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem, every infinite and bounded subset of R must have a limit point. So we want to show that A has a limit point, and what we have proved that T has a least upper bound, say U. Now we claim this U is limit point of A. If I am able to prove my claim, then it is proved that A has a limit point. Okay, now to show that U is a limit point of A, what we want to show? That every neighborhood of U contain infinitely many elements of A, or every neighborhood of U contain at least one point of A other than U. So let us try to prove it. First, U is least upper bound of T. It means that any number which is greater than U does not belong to T, and any number which is less than U is not an upper bound of T. Okay, two conditions. U is least upper bound of T means that U is least among all the upper bounds of T. It means that any number which is less than U is not an upper bound of T, because it is the U is the least upper bound of T. So any number which is less than u for any epsilon greater than 0. U minus epsilon is not an upper bound of t. Okay, now if it is not an upper bound of t, means that there exists some x1 belonging to t such that x1 is greater than u minus epsilon, right? Because it is not an upper bound, so x1 must be greater than u minus epsilon. Now see, u minus epsilon is less than x1, and since x1 belongs to t, it means that x1 is less than equal to infinite elements of a, infinite elements of a, right? It means that u minus epsilon is less than equal to infinite elements of a by the definition of this set T. If any element belongs to this, it is less than infinitely many elements of a. Also, any number which is bigger than u plus epsilon is greater than u, does not belong to T, because as u x is less than equal to u for all x belonging to T, and u is less than u plus epsilon. So u plus epsilon does not belong to T. Okay, now u plus epsilon does not belong to T. So what condition on u is that? See, any element which is belongs to T is either greater than equal to finite number of elements of A, or less than equal to infinitely many elements of A, or not exceed any element of A. It means that an element which does not belong to T means that u plus epsilon must be greater than equal to infinite elements of A, because every element which is greater than equal to finite elements of A belongs to T. So it means that if it does not belong to T, so it must be greater than or equal to infinitely many elements of A. Now see, it means what? Infinite elements of A, infinite elements of A are less than u plus epsilon. ठीक है. Now see, u minus epsilon is less than equal to infinite elements of A, and infinitely many elements of A are less than u plus epsilon. Okay, and none of the element is of A is less than u minus epsilon. So it means what? That u minus epsilon, u plus epsilon is greater than infinitely many elements of A, and u minus epsilon is less than infinitely many elements of A, and no element of A is there after u plus epsilon. So infinite elements of, no, we cannot say that none of the element is after u plus epsilon, but it is clear that u plus epsilon is greater than infinite elements of A, and u minus epsilon is less than infinite elements of A. It means that u minus epsilon, u plus epsilon, this open interval contains infinite elements of A. Infinite elements of A. Now epsilon was arbitrary, we have chosen any epsilon. So for any epsilon, u minus epsilon, u plus epsilon contain infinitely many elements of A. It means what? That every neighborhood of u contain infinitely many elements of A, and it implies that u is limit point of A. U is limit point of A. Okay, that's what we want to show, that if A is an infinite and bounded subset of R, A has limit point which is U. Okay, that's the proof of the Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem. One thing which is important is that both the condition infinite as well as bounded must be important. So we cannot skip any of the condition. Okay, and you cannot skip infinite, you cannot skip bounded, because an infinite set which is not bounded may not have a limit point. For example, the set of natural numbers. The set of natural number is infinite but not bounded. It have no limit point. Okay, and any finite set can have limit point. Finite set have no limit point. So both the conditions are must, infinite and bounded. If the set is infinite and bounded, then it must have a limit point. An infinite set which is not bounded may have limit point, may not have limit point. Okay. So that's all about this lecture. My next lecture, I'll come with some another theorem. Till then, bye bye, keep watching.